But I think the way the world conceptualizes it, or the way most of us, even Kenyans, conceptualize leadership, is a person with position. Then if you have a certain position, then equals a leader. But leadership and positional leadership are very, very different things. So if you're a mother, you're a leader. You have a home, you have children, you have a nanny, you have so many places that you're leading. Right? And I say that generally leadership, being a leader, begins with yourself. So you have to have a grasp on yourself. Who are you? What are your values? What do you stand for? What is your true north? What do you want? Where are you going? Right? Because the thing is, when you're a leader or in leadership, if you don't know where you're going, where are you taking your people?
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So where are you leading them to if you don't even know where yourself you're going? So leadership is everywhere. It cuts across. Right? So there is positional, that's in the office, right? And that means that you've been given the opportunity to show your leadership skills in an organizational setting. However, you should be the same all across. At home, in church, wherever it is that you're a person of influence. Because what is leadership? It's influence. It's influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? But we need to get a proper understanding of what leadership truly is. We call politicians leaders. Some of them are. Others are just politicians. Right? And I think the big issue we have today is that a lot of our leaders, or rather politicians, or people in position, we are making them, what they're doing is actually leading through manipulation, not inspiration. And leadership is inspiring people to do good works, to do great things, to be better, to empower them. And leadership is only by example. I can speak here till kingdom come, but unless I walk my talk, then what am I doing? I'm expecting other people to do what I'm saying, yet I'm not doing it myself. And that is not true leadership. Because a lot of us understand the practice of leadership, but I keep asking myself, why are we not practicing that understanding? There's so many classes out there on leadership, performance, I don't know what, right? These are technical skills. But who's giving us the soft skills?
It's true.
Right? I think it should be, the graph or the paradigm should be shifted the other way around. So we start with the soft skills, the values, the life skills, and then the technical skills.
Now, then complement that with the technical.
Because what we are finding is that there are so many people who are graduating with technical skills, then you put them in the workplace and they cannot perform. So what's the problem? Why are we not asking ourselves, what's the disconnect?
What's the disconnect?
Right? Why are people not being able to cope?
All right. So now we've got people in positions of influence. How about we talk about that link between why we are stressed as people of influence and how it's important to actually learn this skill called delegating?
For me, when I look at delegation and stress, they are two independent issues, right? So what is delegation? Delegation is entrusting somebody, right, with the power to do something, right? But how many leaders truly delegate, right? Because when you delegate, you empower. When you empower, it means you've given people the outcome. What is the end game? Shiko, you have this job. What is the outcome of this job? What's the vision? Where are we going? What are we trying to achieve as K24? Do you understand that? Have I equipped you with all the tools to ensure that you will succeed? Have I set you up for success, right? Have I given you the full picture? So delegation is actually empowering somebody to be the best they can possibly be. However, right, what people do nowadays is micromanage, right? I don't give you, there's a very big difference. I don't give you the full picture. I just give you tidbits. So you do this, and then you give it back to me. So there's an element of control. And what does that tell you about the person? Insecurities, right? They want to manipulate you again. They want to shine. It's power play. Who's the boss here? Because when you empower somebody, you remove yourself completely from the picture.
And you trust them. The keyword is trusting them to do it.
And the word is entrust somebody, right? So if I truly entrust you with something, then I move out, right? And I let you run with it. Then what happens when you hit when you hit a roadblock? You come back to me and I ask you, what's not working? What can we do better? the feedback mechanism of this. But it's not me taking it back and saying, you see, I knew. You know, I knew you couldn't do it, right? Empowering is moving yourself out so that you're no longer needed. And then when you empower, when you delegate properly, then you grow somebody else as a leader. So that a time comes when you move out.
Yes, okay.
Right?
And so do you see this a lot, that even for a lot of leaders, they seem to be overwhelmed because this skill just doesn't seem to exist?
Yes. The truth is, people are not able to delegate. Because then I delegate, I move myself. Therefore, I will not be seen. Therefore, I will not shine. So what do? I have to micromanage. I have to be everywhere. People can see, like, Njeri is the one who is doing everything.
Yes, you're the accountant.
Wow. I'm the accountant. I'm the CEO. I'm the sweeper. Even the sweeper, I'm not even allowing them to sweep.
Yes.
Right? And even empowering them and showing them and equipping them. How do I like my things done? This is the way I like my things done. Then I leave it to you. Right? Then if I see you're not doing it the way it should be done, then I come in.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But I always say a leader, a true leader, when you walk into an institution, you empower the people to a point where they will no longer need you.
So do you think that pride plays a huge factor in all of this as to why we don't delegate?
Of course. But again, you see, pride comes in depending on how secure you are. Are you secure in who you are, Shiko? Do you believe in your abilities? Leaders play to their strengths. Right? So what do? I get people who are better than me in very many areas. Right? So they can shine, and me, what do I do? Me, I'm just there doing the basic. Right? Get people around you who are better than you at what you do. Right? And then empower them, give them the tools. And I can assure you, those people will be loyal. Right? You entrust them and believe in them. Right? So pride comes, of course, when you are insecure. When you're insecure, you want to show the whole world that I'm good, I'm the one. It's all about me. Without them, without me, they could not have made it. It's because of me. I had a boss who used to tell me, it's because of me that you have this job. Otherwise, what would... And I'm like, seriously?
Yes, like you have nothing, nothing to contribute to this particular job.
Like my life revolves around me coming to that job every morning. And I'm like, seriously? And the thing is that somebody actually tells it to you. To your face, that's even, you're like, wow.
Big mistake.
Ouch,
big mistake.
Yes. So pride, actually, a lot of us are proud, generally, but that's a sign of insecurity.
Insecurity. Okay. Listen to what mindtools.com actually says, that while on the surface it's actually easier to do things yourself than explain a strategy to someone else, the big question is, would it be a good use of your time as a leader? Yes, we know you can do it, but are you maximizing your time? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I love that. I love that. What does that say? If I delegate, what do? I release capacity for myself. I'm able to come here because others are doing what they can do best. I cannot be on social media. I cannot be at the office.
The photographer,
I can't be the one doing every single thing. I have to release capacity for myself to play to my strengths, what I'm good at. I cannot be the one who writes my own book. Seriously? Why am I struggling? Yet there are people who are equipped, they have the skill. So for me, it is to tell the story and let the people who are good at this actually write it down.
Absolutely.
And there's no weakness. It's actually a sign of strength, right? And that is what differentiates an eagle from a duck, right? Because eagles know what their strengths are. And they are clear, right? That's why they soar. They don't stay here with the ducks and do everything. No. They rise above. They are the outliers. They do not do things that the ordinary people do.
That's true. That's very true.
And
go ahead. Finish that point.
They do not do everything else that the things that everybody else does. So what they do, they find out what their strengths are, what their values are, what they truly want to achieve. When things get too comfortable, they're like, I need to leave. No, this is, no. They want to soar. So when the storms come, they use the storms to propel them to be better.
Fantastic. I like that. One of the biggest questions, though, even a lot of people in positions of influence or leadership find hard to actually come around is, okay, yes, I want to empower my team. Maybe fine, I cannot entrust someone, but that's because I also don't know what to hand over. When is it time to delegate? And what should I really be? How should I know what to delegate?
Right. Now, I think that's a very wide question in terms of knowing what to delegate and who to delegate to. That tells me, first of all, you don't know who your team is. Right? When you have such questions, I'm thinking, oh, so who are your team members?
You don't get
what
the people.
Do you understand? Who are they? Because they're not the same. What have you taken them through to identify who they really are? Just because I got an A doesn't qualify me. Or doesn't automatically say that I am better than the one who got a C+.
Right.
Right? A is technical. C+ might not have gotten the A in the technical skills, but in the soft skills, communication, relationships, the way they have been all rounded as a person makes them far better than the A person. If you look at society today, who are the movers and the shakers? They're not the A students.
They're the B's and the C's.
The B's and the C's. What does that tell you? It's because these people know, hey, okay, I'm average, so I need to be better. And the way to be better is to grow personally, from a personal development level. So when you have a group of team members and you don't know what to delegate and to who, it tells me that you don't know who your team is. So if I know my team is good with, if I know my team members and I know this one is good with numbers, I mean, I just bring numbers and they're telling me A, B, C, D, C, D, 1 + 5. I'm like, chick, just have it.
Yes.
Run with it. If I look at this other person and they're very good with organization, right? Then I give them the organizational work.
So it starts by you spotting what people are good at.
Exactly. And how do you spot what people are good at? It's taking them through leadership programs that will pull out what their strengths are. We are not all good at it. You can't be everything to everybody. Right? But there are those things that come naturally or easier to you than they do come to me. Right? So even me, what I'm doing, I know what I'm very good at. And there are things that I'm like, why am I even wasting time? Say, I call so and so. They come and do this. They can do it with their eyes closed. Right? Because I know my team members. I play to their strengths. Right? So look at your team members. Identify their strengths. And then once you find out their strengths, empower them. And then grow them.
So a lot of mistakes that we also make is not investing time to know the team. You hire someone or you bring someone into your space, but you don't want to know what their background is. You don't test them to see what they can actually do best.
What I say, everyone communicates. But few connect. So have you connected with your team members? Do you know what makes them tick? Do you know what they love? Do you know what they enjoy? Have you ever asked them, what is your end game? What would you ever want to be? What are you looking for when you're here? What is it that you're aiming for? Start to connect with your team members. Ask them hard questions. I say hard questions means about your family. What do you have to do?
Get to know beyond that.
Get to know.
But you see, Njeri, there's also this that we see commonly today. It's just that a lot of corporates or companies or whatever, you just invest in team building. There's a difference between going for your team building and actually connecting with...
Yes, Shiko, I like that. Because everybody plus their grandmothers are talking about team building. Team building for 3 days. What will 3 days do for anyone?
We're so good at team building.
Right? What will 3 days, think about it, what will 3 days do for you in team building? For a whole entire year, I've not spoken to you, right? We pass each other on the corridors. Then 3 days, you expect us to just be, best of friends and bond. And when we go back to work on Monday, we are badsy. It doesn't work like that. Those are tick box exercises. Because in corporates, those are the things you are supposed to do. Team building. Team building has its place, right? But it is to strengthen the bonds that have been growing over the years.
It's a cherry on top.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we move out of the office and we go out and we actually, now the team building that has been happening all through the year, then now we crystallize it. And we're like, yeah, it's been a good year. And I know you better in a social setting. Right? But ideally what should happen, team building is continuous. It's not a one-time event. It is a process, right? And that's what I say even in my programs. I tell people, if you're coming here for a tick box, imagine it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So just don't engage, don't start. Yeah. This is not the place for you. Because I've been there, I've done these things, and I'm like, okay, I'm so excited all of 3 days.
Yes.
So what happens next? Where do I start?
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you engage in programs that are continuous, you start somewhere, walk with people on a journey, and teach them how to connect.
Yes.
Because you have to teach people how to connect. Because they don't know.
They don't know.
Human nature is very interesting, right? If you go to church and you meet a stranger, right? Or generally when you go to church, there's so many people, and most of us, you don't want to talk to somebody you don't know, right? Because you're like, hey, okay, I don't know this person. The other person is saying the same thing. I don't know this person. What are they thinking? I don't know. What do they... The thing is, right, we all have our own fears. So you have got to teach people how to connect. Just say hello, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so. And break the ice. You're waiting for them to say hi. Why can't you be the one to say the hi? Be the change that you want to see.
Be the starter. What I'm gathering from even what you're saying is that despite the numbers in a particular organization, the best way probably to approach it is breaking it down. Team by team, team by team. And so that it can more or less form, like you can form intimate groups. And making it frequent. So it's not team building after every quarter. You find little things to do as a group of 10, and another group of 10 are doing this and that and that. And before you know it, there's some sense of
synergy.
That's
exactly what happens. That's what I encourage, right? Like, for instance, if you're in a corporate setting, directors rarely come together, right? Because you're leading this team, this team. Bring the directors together over a period of weeks, maybe 12 weeks, and let them work together. Let them get to know each other. Let them get to start asking each other difficult questions. First of all, they'll be very cautious, you know, because there's competition. So if I tell this person what's happening in my department, this is but with time, you break down. You break down those walls, because they are Chinese walls. Everybody wants to be valued. Everybody wants to be taken seriously. Everybody wants to be listened to. So bring these people together as a team for a number of weeks. You see, it's not a number of days. It's a number of weeks. So no matter how badly they want to be out of that place, something about them will come out.
That's true. Okay.
Put people together for a while, and you will see. You know, when they used to, what is this thing they say? They put people in a house. Big brother. Big brother's watching. Big brother's watching. What happens? At the beginning, everybody's so cautious.
It's true, but with time, they let loose.
They now start to let loose.
People form relationships. People date. People, you know. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. That's the way human nature works. But we expect it to happen so quickly. So when people are just beginning to gel, then you pull them out.
Okay. All right. So real quick, you actually mentioned that word. And I like this because Njeri actually coins this in her program, eagles. And she identifies with individuals within teams as eagles. So when you are a leader or, you know, HOD, whatever, even in a family setting, if you're a mother, like she said, you're leading your own little team, okay? You've got your nanny, you've got your kids. So even amongst your kids, amongst these people who are in your department, spotting these ones we call eagles, those who seem to be quite different. And how do we go about that real quick? Maybe you can...
Real quick, about eagles, even my children, they're different. I know that because I observe them. But we tend to treat our children like they're the same. They're not the same, right? So I know my son will do things that are outlier. He's a risk taker. So that tells me something about him. From a very young age, something about him, I'm like, this boy, he takes risks. So what do? I encourage him to take risks within a safe environment. That way, I don't, what is it called, put him in a box, right? My daughter is very cautious, on the other hand. She's like, I don't like that. I don't like this. Does that mean she cannot be an eagle? No. It just means that she's not a risk taker. So what do? I observe, and I give her things to draw out her strength.
So are you saying that everyone can be an eagle? It's not that there are some people who are redundant in the team. Everyone has something to play.
Everybody has potential. You see, the difference with a duck and an eagle is that the ducks are comfortable in their comfort zone. You know, they just want to sit there and quack. in their comfort zone. An eagle wants to be better, to do better, so they will soar, they will get themselves out of their comfort zone. It's like leaders. Are leaders born? Of course, they are all born. But are there leaders who are born with the skills of leadership? Yes, they're those ones.
Yes.
Right? But everybody can learn to be a leader.
So
in the right environment.
That's true. So you're tasking all the leaders today to find out the potential in those who they're leading.
Exactly. What I say, help people understand. First, it's understanding their potential. Then realizing it. You see, you understand it.
Yes.
Right? You understand what's my potential. I can do this. I can be this. I can, the world is my oyster. Then now I start to realize it by taking one step of faith. Right? And then I maximize it and I unleash it to the world.
Right.
What does that mean? Eagles generally will say, I want to change the world. You ask them, how are you going to change the world? Like for me, my vision is to transform leaders.
Yes.
Right? And nations.
Yes.
Right? So that is my vision. And people ask me, how are you going to do that? I tell them, I don't know.
One eagle at a time.
Right? Right? Yes. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the thing is, eagles know the what.
Okay. Okay.
They're not caught up in the how. I will find out. So mine is to take a step of faith. It's not to sit there and think, how am I going to do this? I don't have this. I don't have the money. I don't have the manpower. I don't have the...
You just know you're going to do it.
I'm like, I'm going to do it.
I'm just going to do it.
However I'm going to do it,
that's true.
It doesn't matter, right? And what happens is that when you put your mind to something, Shiko, people see it and they will come and they will support you in that vision. Okay. Right? It is actually getting people to have buy-in and thinking, even you guys, even though you're laughing at me and thinking I'm all crazy and all, I'm not really that crazy because I know what I'm going for and I will achieve it irrespective of the consequences. I'm ready to pay the price.
Okay. All right. Very quickly, we've got probably at least 1 minute to go. How then also as a team leader, do you, as much as you do want to entrust and you want to delegate, how do you also keep the control at the end of the day? To still have your eagles recognize that, by the way, there's still leadership.
Let me tell you what happens. You see, now that is something that is drawn out of fear. Right. How will I continue to control these people? It's not controlling them. It's to keep inspiring them, right, to good works. Let me tell you, once you're a true leader, right, and you delegate properly, how do you keep control? They give you feedback. They come back to you and they tell you, hey, by the way, this worked. Oh, my goodness, because of you, I have... So you're keeping control because they'll always come back to you to ask questions and feedback and how they can be better. Show me where I can go. Show me what I can do. They will never forget about you.
That's true.
Trust me. You should be secure in yourself.
That's true.
Fear will make you feel that you want to keep telling people, this is the way it's supposed to be done. No. But when you entrust... It's like a relationship. When I trust you, you'll always come back.
That's true. And we always remember those who took a chance on us.
Yes.
We always do. Okay, very quickly, how can one access leadership coaching classes via you, Njeri? How can they just find you very quickly? And then we're going to take our quote of the day.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, there's my website, www.njerimuchunu.com. That's www.njerimuchunu.com. Give me a call. My telephone number is 0721 785849. That's 0721 785849. So reach out to me. We have several programs. I have an intake process. So basically there's a questionnaire that you've got to fill out. Because again, I said, I'm not in this for tick box. I would have remained at my job if I wanted to do that. So I'm here to actually empower and change lives of leaders. So basically reach out to me, call me, go to my website. There's a lot of information there. And then we can work together.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking time to be with us this morning. We really appreciate it. I think even I have learned a thing or two about successful delegation and the importance, because it's all about empowering others. Okay, let's take our quote of the day. And of course, this is in regards to successful delegation. And the author is unknown, but I absolutely love this one. And this person goes on to say that there is no such thing as a single-handed success. When you include and acknowledge all those in your corner, you propel yourself, your teammates, and your supporters to greater heights. Exactly what Njeri was talking about today. Njeri Muchunu, ladies and gentlemen, on Rise and Shine. With that, let's take a look at the roads and Sarah Teshnak.